But you can see exactly what transpired here. And you can see that this worked. This was textbook why Texas allows concealed carry in church. Textbook. And the good guy with a gun stops the bad guy with a gun. This is that. That's what happened here. And so the libs are freaking out because, they have all this narrative about how, oh, that never happens, and everyone with a gun is going to be some kind of a yahoo who's going to just be shooting and everything. And there are 6 other, I believe, I think the number was 6, concealed carry permit holders who also drew their weapons and moved to the front of the room. And there was some editorial, I think it was in USA Today, by somebody who does not know anything about guns, firearms, Second Amendment. She wrote, Jack Wilson is exactly the type of person you want around with a gun because he's a firearms instructor, but we know nothing about at least 6 other parishioners who also appear to draw their handguns, and that's terrifying. This was USA Today, one of the biggest papers in the country. This is the editorial they published. That's terrifying? I think what's a lot more terrifying is the prospect of being a parishioner sitting in those pews in White Settlement, Texas, and watching as person after person get shot, totally defenseless, because libs don't want us to have guns. I mean, I'm in a gun-free zone basically here in New York City, and it's appalling. Libs don't want us to have guns. That just goes to show you, though, how deep the Second Amendment derangement goes, is that you'll have people who think that their opinions on this are well-informed and that their opinion should matter more than just yours because, they're experts or something. Oh, this person's an expert in nothing, from what I understand. And they're terrified that there are other parishioners who had firearms. Guess what? There could have been multiple shooters in that church. Or what happens if Jack Wilson misses and that shooter, who, by the way, had a shotgun, which up close, I'd probably take the shotgun over whatever Wilson was carrying as a sidearm. If you're just talking about going firepower to firepower here. What if Wilson had missed with that first shot and the shooter had got him? Okay, you had armed security. You had one, which is a lot more than basically, most churches in the country are going to have. And what if, by the way, everyone knows who that security officer is? Who do you think the first person is that the shotgun-wielding maniac is going to go after when he wants to do a mass shooting in a church? I'll just go up to the one armed officer, or the one armed, rent-a-cop, or the one armed parishioner that everyone knows is the security guy. And guess what? He's done. You've already started your mass shooting, and now you got free reign because you're in a gun-free zone. No, instead, 6 parishioners were there, and that's just a reminder that, this church was ready. These parishioners were ready. They took their safety in their own hands. By the way, none of them panic-fired. None of them, lit off a couple of rounds just because they were terrified. No. They drew their weapons. They moved to the front of the church. They helped secure the area. There could have been a second shooter. So not only do you have the possibility that if Wilson gets into a gun battle, you don't want just one guy against one guy, and then what happens if the bad guy wins that? Fortunately, Wilson certainly was more than up to this challenge. But having the additional parishioners there with guns, everyone should feel safer as a result of that. I would feel safer. I feel safer knowing that the people that I go to church with every Sunday, I would feel safer knowing that some of them were concealed carrying next to me. Why wouldn't I? I mean, and the people who a lot of the people who tend to conceal carry, the people who are former military themselves, people who really, care about public safety, care about their own safety, take it into their own hands. These are the people you want to have guns. Liberals hated this situation because you got to see in real time that our argument makes sense and their argument is silly and dangerous and will result in more people getting killed. Our argument, legal concealed carry permit holders should be able to bring guns into church, and that states should not just ban concealed carry for all law-abiding citizens because they don't like guns, because guns are bad. That is silly. It is foolish. It is wrong, and it is dangerous.